Goalie 44 here. I'm going to answer a few questions that Louis wanted to know about us, that everybody's been doing. My name is Phil Bacon. I live in Windsor, Ontario. I worked at General Motors transmission plant for 30 years till it closed. I have a wife and I have 3 wonderful stepchildren and 3 grandchildren. The way I got the name Leaky Goalie 44 is I play net. I started playing net when I was about 30 years old. I had a good friend of mine that used to call me Leaky. He used to tease me about leaving pucks in and stuff. So that's how I got the name Leaky Goalie. 44 became my favorite number when I used to watch NASCAR, and I was a Hot Wheel collector, and Kyle Petty used to have the number 44. So that's how I got the name Leaky Goalie 44. My first recollection of model building was when I was younger. I had a cousin that used to make models, and see, I don't remember making models then, but I remember I used to love his collection of models, and he would have the 1/16 scale large Revell models, and he was an excellent builder back then. I was about 9, and then eventually we moved, and I come from a large family, and we got into cars. We used to live near a racetrack, and we used to go every Wednesday and Saturdays and jump the fence and watch the races every week. That's how my love of cars. Back then I used to make models with my brothers. And there used to be a little bit of some local contests and stuff, and one year we decided, my younger brother and I, we decided we were going to enter the contest, and it was like we ended up winning, believe it or not. We ended up winning, and it was Snake rail that I won with, and believe it or not, that was at least, let's say, since I'm 54 now, that was probably 40 years ago, and believe it or not, I still have the trophy. I've moved about 10 times, and this trophy's still been in one piece. So at least I can say I won a contest. But it's not about contest, it's about having fun. I started building models again when I first got married to my first wife, and I would dabble, but I was one of these model builders where if it wasn't perfect, I would stop. Years later, I met my second wife, and I always had a model room, and I opened a family business besides working at GM, and I started collecting Hot Wheels. I was collecting models, and I collected Hot Wheels. Always had a model room. I love models, but I would dabble, and I'd be too anal and want them to be perfect, and I would kind of get frustrated. I collected a lot of Hot Wheels, and then when I'd make a model here and there, and then dabble a little bit, but I was never happy. So when I moved where I live at now, I'm also a maintenance guy where I live at now. So I work in the summertime about 24 hours a week, fixing stuff outside and stuff. I had model room, and where you see it now, model room, and I was here and there about models, and then one day I went on YouTube and I seen Dr. Cranky and how he was talking about don't worry about them being perfect, and enjoy the hobby, and I was seeing he was doing rusty and weathered models, and I said, oh, I'm going to try that. And because of that, I've probably built more models in the last 2 years than I ever have in 30 years, because I do a lot of rust and weathered stuff, and then I learned that I don't have to be all anal and crazy, and but I'm going to try to get back into doing shiny models and see if I can calm down. And because of the YouTube community, I've met a couple real good guys, and at model shows. I'm lucky I live in Windsor, Ontario, that I can go to Detroit and go to model shows, because we don't have any model shows around here. If you want to go to a model show, you have to go to London. That's like 2 hours away. So Detroit's just across the border, 10 minutes away. And because of YouTube, I met a couple good guys, James Hoyt, and I met Mason, Detroit Muscle. You've seen him do one of these videos too, and he's a great guy. So because of the YouTube community, this has been great. Now, my time, I'm kind of a hit and miss modeler, where I come down whenever because I'm retired, and so I'll come down, do a few hours, and then I might not do anything for a few days. The thing about modeling is you need a room where you can start your project and leave it and go back to it. These guys that try to do modeling on their kitchen table and pack everything, that's really difficult to find time to do that, because you have to pack and unpack, pack, unpack, and you gotta make sure it's not in the way. Have your own room, your own area, or your own corner where no one's gonna touch it, and you'll find modeling time. It'll come eventually. Also about YouTube community is these group builds. To me, it helps me. It gives me kind of a structure and a time frame. I used to before make a model and there was no time frame, so you really wouldn't get it. Because of these group builds, it seems like I have a deadline, and it kind of gets me motivated to get it done. So thanks for listening. Have a good day.